Nearly 8 years ago, millions of cubic yards of toxic coal ash spilled from TVA's Kingston plant, destroying 3 homes and damaging dozens of others. Many homeowners faced difficult choices: sell to TVA or live in a toxic mess. The cleanup effort took years and cost TVA $1.2 billion. Well, since then, TVA promised to move all its ash storage to a dry technique. And as WBIR 10 News reporter Michael Crow tells us, TVA has spent millions on a first-in-the-world technology to make sure a spill like this can never happen again.
In Kingston, the whine of steamrollers and the clang of equipment echoes across the fields of coal ash. To engineers like Jason Hill, that's the sound of progress.
Nowhere else on the planet that we know of is this happening. That's what's so exciting.
It's a high-tech solution to the problem of storing ash, the byproduct of coal-fired power plants. Across the entire system, TVA says they produce millions of tons of coal ash every year. That's dry, powdery stuff like this. And they say it's tough to control, but with this new technique, maybe not for long.
The technique is intelligent compaction. What we're doing is we're getting a sense of the density of this material.
It was already being used on soil, but TVA repurposed these tools. By using a vibrating drum and incredibly accurate sampling equipment, the TVA team can essentially see into the ground and get the ash firmly and uniformly packed down.
That's the goal, is to get this as stiff and as dense as possible, so it is basically like a big concrete block.
This ash field is 15 feet deep already and will eventually reach about 40 feet.
Nobody else is doing this.
The goal is to prevent a spill like this from happening ever again. In 2008, millions of cubic yards of wet stored ash spilled at this site, wiping away homes downriver in one of the largest man-made disasters in state history.
I thought a tree had fallen through the house.
Jimmy Sheen was inside his home when the wave of ash swept it off the foundation and carried it across the street.
Climbed out the window before the house completely collapsed. Like I told the nurse, I don't usually go to church every Sunday, but I believe I'll go this Sunday.
Since the cleanup ended, these destroyed neighborhoods are seeing new life. That's people like Wayne Rose, who recently moved in.
And looked around and I said, I've got to have that house.
Rose is a former utility worker himself. He's seen his fair share of burnt coal. He says he's happy to hear about the new storage plan and doesn't worry about another spill.
I do have confidence that they're going to protect me from the same type of thing that happened before.
That's exactly what TVA leaders are hoping for. Developing this technology cost millions, but in this case, they needed to spend money to save money.
As time goes on, we're going to reduce that cost because we're going to fine-tune our operation. I know for TVA, it's about saving ratepayers money, and that's what we're doing, reducing risk and saving money.
All in an effort to keep these waters clear, like they should be. In Kingston, Michael Crow, 10 News.
TVA says it's already using this new technology at its Bull Run plant and plan to keep rolling it out. TVA believes it could become the new standard industry-wide.